The day started like any other in the shop. The hum of compressors, the faint smell of oil and metal, the clatter of ratchets echoing off concrete walls. Then he walked in. Middle-aged, worn-out ball cap, keys trembling in his hand. His car, a silver sedan, idled rough outside. He'd been to 3 dealerships. Each one gave him the same story. Your engine's just getting old. Translation: keep paying us to guess. He looked at me and said, "Man, I just want it to drive like it used to." When I opened the hood, I didn't see a dying car. I saw something that had been quietly trained to forget how to perform. That's when it hit me. The system is built this way. Cars don't just wear out. They're designed to underperform over time. Every soft tune, every sealed system, every hidden maintenance step adds up to one thing: control. And most people never realize they can take that control back. After 20 years in the garage, I've watched good people hand over thousands of dollars for problems they could have fixed in minutes. So today, we're doing what the dealerships won't: telling the truth. 17 real shop-tested tricks that restore power, efficiency, and longevity without breaking the bank. Some cost less than lunch. One costs nothing at all. So before you buy another bottle of Fuel Magic or schedule that overpriced tune-up, hit that subscribe button and stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know more about your car than most service managers do. Let's start with the most shocking one. 17. The throttle reset trick. Every modern car has an electronic throttle. There's no cable anymore. It's all sensors talking to the computer. Over time, that computer learns how you drive. If you're gentle on the gas, it assumes you like comfort over performance, and it literally limits how much throttle it gives you. The result? A car that gets lazier every year. But here's the secret: you can retrain it. Turn your key to the on position. Don't start the engine. Press the gas pedal all the way down and hold it for 10 seconds. Turn the key off, release the pedal, and wait another 10. Now start the car. What you just did is clear years of lazy driver data. The ECU relearns your throttle curve from zero. Dealerships call it a recalibration and charge $150 for it. You just did it for free. 16. Intake cleaning. The secret horsepower restore. Open your hood and look inside your throttle body. See that sticky black ring around the edge? That's carbon buildup, a mix of oil vapor and fuel residue. It slowly chokes your airflow. Dealerships call it engine decarbonizing and charge you hundreds. You can do it in 15 minutes with a can of CRC or Seafoam for under $10. Warm up the engine. Spray in short bursts while keeping the revs around 2000 RPM. You'll see white smoke pour out the exhaust. That's carbon burning away. When it clears, your idle smooths out. Throttle response sharpens, and your engine breathes freely again. No magic, just chemistry and common sense. 15. The transmission fluid myth. You've probably heard this one. Your transmission is sealed for life. Sounds convenient, right? But what they really mean is sealed until the warranty runs out. Transmission fluid breaks down. Heat, friction, and time destroy its protective additives. Instead of waiting 60,000 miles for an expensive flush, do a small drain and refill every 10 to 15,000. Think of it like changing a third of your engine oil 3 times. It keeps the fluid fresh and your transmission happy. It's smoother, cleaner, and far cheaper than one big service. A dealership will never tell you that because they make their money when transmissions fail. 14. Spark plug gap tuning. Here's a dirty little secret. Pre-gapped spark plugs aren't always perfect. The gap size determines how strong the spark is, and from the factory, it's usually set wide for emissions and smoothness, not for efficiency. Close that gap just a hair, about 0.02 inches tighter, and you get a hotter, more concentrated spark. That means cleaner combustion, smoother idle, and better throttle feel. It's a 5-minute tweak that brings your ignition back to life. 13. Oxygen sensor revival. Oxygen sensors live in hell. Hot exhaust gases, soot, and chemicals. After a few years, they get lazy. The readings drift. Your ECU dumps more fuel than it should, and your MPG drops. Instead of replacing them at hundreds of dollars apiece, you can revive them. Remove the sensors carefully. Soak the tips overnight in gasoline or a safe cleaner. Then reinstall. Once the computer reads clean signals again, it adjusts your fuel trims. You'll feel smoother acceleration and maybe even see a few extra miles per gallon. 12. The Airbox Breather Mod. Pop your hood and trace the tube leading into your airbox. That narrow plastic snorkel? It's there to keep the engine quiet, not efficient. Automakers know that people equate quiet with refined, so they deliberately choke airflow to muffle the sound. But engines crave air, cold, dense air. Drill a few small holes on the cold side of the box before the filter, or replace the snorkel with a wider duct. You'll feed the engine more oxygen without letting dirt in. The difference? It feels like your car finally learned how to breathe. 11. Mass airflow sensor cleaning. This sensor is the brainstem of your fuel system. It measures how much air enters the engine so the ECU can balance the mixture. But even a thin film of dust throws it off. A dirty MAF makes your car run rich, wasting gas and dulling throttle. Unplug it, spray it with MAF-specific cleaner, never touch it. Let it dry, then reinstall. That's it. 5 minutes of care that can restore the sharpness you remember from the test drive. 10. The fuel filter you can see. Lifetime filter means buried where you can't get to it. When that hidden filter clogs, your fuel pump has to work twice as hard. Install a transparent inline filter under the hood. $6 at any parts store. You can see when it's time to swap it. It's the difference between a $6 part and a $400 pump. Think of it as giving your fuel system a clear window to breathe through. 9. Water vapor carbon cleaning. Here's one from the old school toolbox. Before fancy chemicals existed, mechanics used steam. With the engine hot, mist a fine spray of water into the intake, just enough to make it hiss, never pour. The steam breaks loose carbon inside the cylinders and exhaust ports. You'll smell it. You'll see a puff of smoke, and you'll feel the engine smooth out. It's like giving your pistons a spa treatment. Strange, cheap, effective. 8. The coil pack upgrade. Under those plastic covers sit the ignition coils, the muscle behind every spark. Manufacturers often use the weakest version that meets emission standards. Check if your engine shares parts with a sportier trim or sister model. A stronger coil from that version often bolts right in. You won't gain 50 horsepower, but throttle response and fuel burn tighten up noticeably. It's the quiet kind of upgrade that feels stock, just better. 7E-CUI-DLER-EL-EARN. Ever notice your idle jumpy after disconnecting the battery? That's because the computer forgets how to breathe at rest. Let the car idle for 15 minutes. No throttle, no AC, no radio. The ECU relearns its baseline. Smooth idle returns, and it won't stall when you shift into gear. Patience here saves an unnecessary diagnostic bill. 6. Ignition timing advance. Your engine's timing is conservative by design, tuned for mediocre fuel and global regulations. But a couple degrees of advance, or simply running premium gas for a few tanks, lets the ECU recalibrate for a cleaner, faster burn. You're not hacking anything. You're letting it operate as it was engineered to. Think of it as waking a tired sprinter with a breath of fresh air. 5. Catalytic converter cleaning. That catalytic converter under your car traps carbon and ash over time. When it clogs, power fades and fuel economy tanks. Instead of replacing it, pour half a can of lacquer thinner into half a tank of gas. and drive 30 minutes at highway speed. The heat and solvent dissolve buildup, restoring flow. It's a $12 trick that often saves a $1,000 replacement. 4. The PCV system trap filter. Engines recycle oily crankcase vapors through the PCV valve, and that oil coats your intake valves. Over time, it's like cholesterol in an artery. Slip a small inline fuel filter into the PCV hose. It traps that mist before it hits the intake. You'll see it fill with amber goo. Proof it's working. Clean valves, steadier idle, longer life. $5, 10 minutes. Huge reward. 3. Throttle response booster reset. Even after an ECU reset, there's a handshake between your foot and the throttle body. To sync them, disconnect the battery, press the gas pedal fully 10 times, reconnect, start the engine. It's software realignment, like recalibrating your mouse sensitivity. You'll feel crisp response and less lag the moment you drive off. 2. Direct injector cleaning. Fuel additives help, but direct injection builds stubborn deposits behind the scenes. The pro method? Run the engine on pure injector cleaner using a small pressurized canister for 5 minutes. It clears the spray pattern and restores that precise atomization your engine was designed for. Dealers charge hundreds for this service. DIY kits cost less than dinner for 2. 1. High moly oil additive. The rule breaker. Here's the one that keeps veterans talking. Add a molybdenum or zinc-rich friction reducer with every oil change. Manufacturers dislike it because it complicates emissions testing, but mechanics love it because engines last longer. Moly coats metal surfaces with a microscopic shield, reducing wear, heat, and noise. I've seen engines cross 300,000 miles whisper quiet because of it. It's the difference between surviving and thriving. So there you have it, 17 tricks. Each one small enough to ignore, but together, powerful enough to change how your car feels. Here's the truth most dealerships will never admit. Your car isn't lazy, old, or broken. It's restricted. Restricted by cautious software, cost-cut corners, and a business model that profits from your confusion. But knowledge levels that field. Now you know how to speak your car's language, how to listen for the signs, and how to respond before a small issue becomes a repair bill with a comma in it. Start simple. Try the throttle reset tonight. You'll feel the difference before you hit the end of your street. Then move through the rest at your own pace. Maybe 1 per month. 17 small wins that keep money in your pocket and pride under your hood. If this helped you, tap that like button. Share it with a friend who just got quoted a ridiculous diagnostic fee, and subscribe. Because next week, we're talking about the 3 monthly habits that can literally double your engine's life expectancy. Remember, cars don't give up on people. People give up on cars because no one ever told them the truth. Now you know it, and once you do, there's no going back. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips.